Good morning, everyone. Namaste. We are going to be reading on our Divine Feminine. It says, awaken your goddess feminine energy and achieve emotional healing and become the woman that you're meant to. But I also believe this is also for the male, because we've been in the masculine for so long that in order for you to evolve into a harmonious balance, I'm a Reiki master, you have to have your divine masculine and your divine feminine in balance. So this will help with that. So we're going to be starting chapter 1. What is the divine feminine? Treasure yourself for being, not doing. That's Gina Greenlee. Says, we as human beings are the embodiment of both the divine masculine and divine feminine. Our daily lives are filled with the moments that we have pushed forward and make something happen, and moments where we need to sit back and allow our bodies to rest and recharge. This interconnectedness of moments of activity and moments of rest in the transformation from the yang energy to the yin energy. And again, that has to be in harmonious balance. The white and the black fish need to be 50-50. It says, however, as we begin immersing ourselves in grind culture, the pursuit of something at every waking hour of the day, we are essentially denying ourselves from the transformative power of the divine feminine. We are leaning into one power without consideration into how we are being affected by it all, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So especially with males have been told to, suppress their emotions, that, it's not manly to have those emotions. That is stuffing it down, and that's where you're going to see issues within your body, because stress and holding that in is like a poison within you. So you're going to get things like IBS, you're going to get things like anxiety, depression, any sort of rheumatoid arthritis, etc., etc. Says the divine feminine, in essence, is the restorative power that allows us to embrace who we really are. Devoid of any action in our external environment, the divine feminine is the sacred energy within us that is believed to embody the qualities of softness and expression in our internal selves. The expression of divine feminine in our lives is characterized by more instances of kindness, acceptance, gentleness, and reflection and collaboration and compassion. The divine feminine doesn't rely on forces to express its power, but rather to influence softly, bringing about transformation and creation with little fuss or moving parts. When I joined a colleague, things seemed bleak at first. I was in a class filled with people who seemed to understand what they wanted from the accounting course that we were taking. And I'm going to bypass that. That's just like where you're not learning to stand up for yourself in any way. 333 on the timer. So we're going to move on to qualities of the divine feminine. It is an energy the divine feminine can express itself in myriad of ways. However, there are various traits that are expressed whenever the divine feminine energy starts manifesting in our lives. When we grow out of the need to prove to the world that we are rational, strong, unmoved, and hard to crack, we allow ourselves to settle in the bliss of ourselves. We begin to relate to the world genuinely with greater ease, allowing ourselves to feel the joy and sometimes the pain. However, even if we are threatened by the pain of our experience, we still draw into ourselves and find healing and hope and recovery. The divine energy calls us to focus on the healing and embrace our experiences fully without the mass of detachment that the world expects of us. Let's explore some of the traits that become more evident as we connect to embrace the divine feminine. So I'm going to leave it at that, guys, but just know that I had the opposite problem. I was living in the feminine way too much. In 2025 last year, the beginning of it, they let me know that I needed to do something about that. And they had guided me to start working with Lilith and Hecate. And at first I didn't like it because I'm like, no, I don't want to embrace the dark. I like the light. I like living in the yin and energy. And then over the course of the year, I seen myself sticking up for myself. I seen how much better I felt about myself. I seen how when situations arose, I was able to defend myself and take care of myself. And it didn't linger on like it used to if I were to get into a situation, say I was to get into something with somebody, it would linger on forever, where because I was able to stand up for myself, it didn't linger on. I felt good about myself. I didn't do it in a negative way. I did it in a calm way, but I was able to say my truth and stand in my power, and really instill boundaries in 2025. So if you have not done that and you are being guided to do that, relinquish that control and allow them to step in and guide you on that path so that your yin and yang can become more balanced. So I hope this helps. I love you all. Have a blessed day, and namaste.